Lots of people listening to this, that they hear the figures, they see the figures for refugees and asylum seekers for last year. 70,000 from Ukraine, 13-odd thousand from other countries seeking refuge in this country. And I wonder what your response is to the people who hear that, and their response is not that it is something that we should be proud of, but rather they say Ireland is full.
I suppose a lot of the people who were presenting outside of buildings where people are living and protesting the fact that they're living there presented for a whole variety of reasons. So it's tricky to give them all one message, only to say that what you did won't work, what you're calling for won't happen. But you also, probably some of you, will have legitimate gripes. You may be legitimately angry about other things that have nothing to do with the people that are living in the buildings that you are protesting outside. And there are better, more productive ways to bring your dissatisfaction through the political system as well. It can be frustrating. A lot of the issues that people face have been ingrained for a long period of time, but it does work. The system does work in that regard. So don't point it at people who aren't to blame for the issues that you're facing.
Can we take it as read that we're going to see more of these protests that we've seen around the country? Is that going to be a fact of the political landscape in Ireland, do you think?
No, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a given. I don't think they were particularly successful last week, but I would also say that it's part of my job to bump up the community engagement side of things as well. In the department that I've served for 2.5 years, Department of Rural and Community Development, I would have spent a lot of time out on the ground, working with community groups, figuring out how to better support community groups. So there's quite a strong and far-reaching community organisation infrastructure across the country as well. And there are strong community leaders in every little locality around the country. And I suppose I'm in a good position to start listening, talking to them, opening a dialogue with them to see how we can do this better and to make sure that the people who are coming new to a locality or who have been there for a year, maybe more, are as linked in as possible to that locality as well.
At the same time, it does seem like, and Drew Harris talked about this as well last week, it does seem like elements of the right or the far right are just simply racists in Ireland, if we'll describe them that way, because that's what they are. I mean, if they walk and talk like a racist, let's call them a racist. That they've just coalesced around this issue and they feel that they are meeting with some level of success in terms of awareness and recognition of what they're doing.
I'm not so sure. I mean, there is a Garda issue there, and the Gardaí are very aware, and they're monitoring people who are trying to mobilise and spread hate and spread racism as well. They're not going to change policy. They're not going to move people out of communities because people are embedded in communities, and our policy is strong in this regard. You know, so I mean, will people come to other places and hold up banners? There's a good possibility. Will they change the way how we do things? I don't think so.
Some of them are racist, aren't they? Would you agree?
Yes, no doubt. You only need to see what they say.